I just came outside to do a walk around and check on some things here in the garden. Not much going on at all, but there is one good surprise. I have one bean plant. It's a green bean plant over here, and it suddenly has sprung new life, which is weird because it had died. We're in the low 80s today, I think. All this week has been really about like this, upper 70s, low 80s. And I think the plants must think it's spring because we did have a cold spell a week ago. And everything is just not dying quite like I thought. Let me show you some green beans. I didn't even plan on getting anything from these plants. The sun is so bright though, I don't know how much can be seen. But look at this. And the vine is so bright. I can't even see the camera. The vine, it's just a single bean plant, but there are beans all over it. Beans up here. But you can see, look at this. It had died. Oh my goodness, there's two green beans right there in the whole mix of this brown dead vine. I didn't expect to see this. Huh. And while they're sickly, a lot of my zinnias are still blooming. This is a real pretty color here. I've got zinnias throughout the yard, and they're still putting out new flowers, but they are very sickly. You can tell by all the damage here on the leaves. But it's nice to have some color in the yard. This is what I got. I might make a pot of green beans this evening just so I can add these few to it. It's not enough to can or even to put in the freezer, but I can throw them in a pot of some that I have canned. Let's take a walk and go see what Kevin is up to. That's my husband. He's in the shop. He's building, I believe it's some closet structures for a customer. He is a professional woodworker. He builds furniture, custom cabinets and countertops for individuals as well as contractors. So let's go see what he's doing. Hey, look what I found laying in the yard. You been missing it?
Is that Christopher?
Oh, that's not yours?
Well, if it is, it needs going to trash.
Yeah, I saw it was in bad shape. Okay, I'm over here to visit and put you on video, put you on the spot.
Right.
What are we doing?
Right now,
This looks like a drawer box.
Yeah, right now I'm redoing drawer boxes.
Drawer box is for these units
Mm-hmm.
over here. Let's go see those. Okay, so that's one unit right there.
Yep.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 drawers in it.
Yeah. One adjustable shelf.
How many of these?
Total 4 of them.
There's 4 of these. And they're going to go in somebody's closet and
Four children's closets.
children's closets. And closet rods are going to go between them up top.
Got a shelf that goes all the way across the top, wall to wall. One side will be double hanging, one side will be single long hanging.
I need to back up so I can get them in the video. So these still have to get the drawers put in them?
I can't load them with the drawers.
Okay. All of these drawers right here are for these. They're nice looking. What's the wood made out of?
It's poplar plywood with maple edging. Poplar edging.
Poplar.
And go ahead with pop.
Well, I see 3.
Yeah, fourth one's in here.
4th one's in there. That's a lot of door boxes to build. Have you got them all done?
No. We gotta finish up the 4th one, and I gotta put edging on the shelves.
Oh, okay. Here's the other one. What's the blue cabinet over there?
That goes over a laundry chute.
Oh, okay. I've got to go over to the greenhouse and check on things over there, but it's going to take a minute to walk over there. My chickens are out there. And the greenhouse and front garden is out there. And then the back garden is over here. And the goats are out there. And then the dogs are in the fence in that area. I was in the greenhouse yesterday checking on things, and I've got a couple of tomatoes from my mom's tomato plant. They were looking almost ripe yesterday. I'll go check on them. This one's looking really good. There's some red ones there. The plant is loaded with tomatoes. Can we see them? I can't hardly see anything on this camera screen because the sun is so bright. A couple very tiny, insignificant. We'll pull that off. Not doing the plant any good. It's maybe about 8 feet tall now. Seems to be doing good. I think while I'm out here, I'm going to do some watering. Look at how vibrant this bougainvillea is. It is such a pretty color. This bougainvillea really loves this greenhouse, and so do these impatiens. They are doing really good out here. These impatiens have never stopped blooming. This is the original pot. This is where a piece fell off of this pot into this pot. I talked about that in a previous video. So it's actually new. This, well, it might have been around July or August when that happened, and it has took off and it's blooming, as well as there is strawberry in here too. They both, that pot was sitting below the 2 plants, and somehow, you know, pieces and parts made it into that pot. So this is the first year, and this is the second year, but this impatient has bloomed for a solid year. It has had no slowdown period, no going into the winter dying off. It lived all year out here in the greenhouse, and it has done well, so I leave it in here. And my 4 oranges are finally starting to turn. They've been a bright yellow for a while, but they're starting to change. The color of yellow is starting to look a little more orangey. This is my banana tree I had it all summer, most of the summer, out in the chicken yard. But then last week or the week before, we started getting a cool down, and it got really cool. Like, we went down into the upper 30s for a couple of nights and some low 40s. And there was 5 or 6 more leaves on that plant, and they just died back and went crispy. I brought it into the greenhouse and I cut all the leaves off, and these are 2 new leaves that have come out of this plant in the last couple of weeks. The lemons behind it are doing well. I've got some new blooms. See the little purple flower there? Those are throughout the whole tree. But these are new lemons. I've been watching them, and they're growing well, doing well. Here's a nice bloom that has opened up. This tree blooms and produces all year. It does not go dormant. There's another bloom right there. It does not go dormant. It produces just continuously. And the lemons that are growing, they're usually at different stages. Some will be young, some will be older. I see more blooms there. And it just does really well. The orange tree does the same, but just at a slower rate. A lot slower rate. I think it's time for me to harvest a little bit of parsley. This basket is getting pretty long on parsley. It's the only one I have left, but that basket is at least 2 years old. I can't remember if this basket has been here for 3 or close to 3, but I know it's been here for 2 years. Right here hanging, and I have continuously harvested parsley off of this. Oh, this aloe, it is so big. And I have not had the courage yet to want to dig it out and transplant it and break it up into smaller parts. I mean, this thing is stuffed in this pot. But I'm afraid if I don't do something soon, then the plant's gonna suffer. Got a few brown tips here, probably because we had the cold spell. And the greenhouse is sitting open with no windows in it yet. I'll be putting those in soon as the temperatures cool down. I thought we were there, but then we started heating back up. These mums are such a pretty color. It's 2 different shades of purple. The plant itself does not look good. There's no greenery at all. Most of it has died back, but the blooms are just full. And I don't know why this mum has died back the way it has. It could be lack of water. This one looks much better. Same color. Looks like my Roselle hibiscus is finally trying to bloom. I believe it is. Of course, this late in the season, I'm not sure I'll get to see it, but I'll keep my fingers crossed. The plants have gotten really big. This is the first year, and I planted them late in spring, so that might be why they're blooming so late. They are up to there. That's about, maybe the tallest tip is about 8 foot. Right up there. I was looking forward to having these things bloom. I just don't know. I think it's gonna turn cold and we'll get our first frost before they actually have a chance. But they'll be here next year. At least I know there's nothing wrong with them. I was worried that something was wrong with them. And now I'm thinking I just set the seeds out kind of late. But there are a lot of blooms, little buds everywhere. Roselle hibiscus. I have made this basically a lazy day. I haven't had that gumption to come out and do anything. I guess I needed a day off. But this is mostly what I'm doing today. It's Sunday. And I did make a cobbler this morning, and that is on a video before this one. And that is pretty much that and watering plants. I don't think I've done a whole lot of anything else. Walked around, checked on things. I did start pulling some strawberry plants out of my box because I had another box that was full and it's too crowded. I pulled one box a while back and cleaned it out. And this last box, I did pull a bunch. And my idea is to transplant them somewhere else and start a new strawberry box. But I don't know. I've got way more strawberries than I'll ever need. I probably should just discard them because they'll grow thick and heavy and be overrun just like the first two boxes. And I really don't need that. I need to regroup. I need to regroup and sit back and make an actual plan of what I need to do. Sometimes you have so many things to do, it's a bit overwhelming, and you just don't know where to go from there, because everything that I feel like I need to do is too much at one time. So I'm kind of just mulling things over today, taking note, looking at things. A lot of my boxes are falling apart, my garden boxes. They've been here. It was untreated wood. Look at that. They've been here 4 or 5 years now. And many of them, I need to tear them down and replace them with more wood or some other material. And that feels a bit overwhelming to consider, because if I start tearing these boxes down, then that means all that dirt's going to go on my fabric. And that's a lot of dirt. That is a lot of dirt that I really don't want to have to move. This box here seems to be intact. And that one down there. But on the end, way down there, that one's falling apart. This one in the middle is falling apart. I don't know. Maybe replace them with some of those galvanized tubs. But they won't be as big as these. It's just a lot of things that I've got to think about. So that's what I've been doing today, is looking at things, taking note everywhere of what needs to be done.